guys, and welcome back for yet another video. Now this one, it's a story time. A large and lovely lady is going to give us about her rudest date that she ever had. Okay, so let's hear what rude things that this man had to do and say on this date.
Hello, honey bun.
Stop it really quick. I left that small clip of the beginning of this so that you can see what her body and everything looks like. Okay, moving on.
Honeys, guys and gals. So let's get right into the video. This is what this story time is about. Dating guys who have made some kind of comment on my appearance of being plus size and how I handled that. The guy that I met on a dating app was on Hinge. So I met this guy on Hinge. He was Nigerian, 6'4". He had body, okay, like he wasn't like, you know, a small guy. He was a big guy, you know. And I was like, okay, he was educated, and I was feeling it. So I'm 5'11". I like tall guys. It's just my preference. So I definitely, you know, lean towards the tall men sexy sometimes, you know what I'm saying? And we kind of planned what our date was going to be. I have no idea what the hell we talked about on the app. It's been so long since this even happened. So we decided we were actually going to go to Dave & Buster's. First thing we did, it was a two-part to the date. The first part, it was a Saturday afternoon, like 1-2 p.m. or something like that. So we actually went to get brunch at IHOP, which in all honesty, now looking back, I feel kind of cheated because who the fuck takes a date to IHOP? That's something you go do with your family when we all are just hungry and, you know, that, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not a date per se. I don't remember anything that we talked about at IHOP. In all honesty, I couldn't even tell you what I ordered. No, that's a lie. So I do remember one thing that he said. That's the only thing I remember from IHOP. He was telling me how he always gets the to-go syrup cups, even if he's eating inside, because kids put their mouths on the little spout for the syrup.
Okay, so she gave us a little background. She meets a guy. She's like, let's go out and get to know each other. He takes her to brunch to an IHOP. Now, do I think that's a bad thing? No, actually I don't, because if you're thinking, you know, if it's early afternoon but late breakfast, that's a decent spot because they offer you that lunch / breakfast meal style, and it's like the middle of the day. Like, why does he have to take you to Ruth Chris? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he didn't want to take you out on a night date, he took you out on a day date. And then she's saying that they went to Dave & Buster's after that, so not only did you get a decent meal, I'm sure it filled you up from IHOP, and then he took you to Dave & Buster's, which costs money as far as the games and the tickets and all this and that, and then maybe he bought her a beer or two while they were there too. So it's not like, you know, that's all he did was just take her to IHOP, you know what I mean? So she's just sounding a bit ungrateful so far, if you ask me.
After that, we went to Dave & Buster's. He was very flirty and he honestly got aroused. However y'all want to take that. Use context clues. In the car was really definitely like making it known that he wanted to take it to the next level, and I was like, nah dude, I'm good. That's just not my style. I don't have any problem with somebody that wants to, you know, put it out on first date, but I wasn't even feeling him enough. It wasn't like that instant love connection. It wasn't like love at first sight, and I was like, oh yeah, like I'm about to do this with my future husband. Like, no.
Okay, ladies, listen up. A guy that's trying to literally have sex with you on the first date is not a keeper if you're looking for a long-term relationship. Because if he's trying to sleep with you on the first date, that means, number one, he doesn't respect you. Because more than likely, a guy is not going to respect a woman that sleeps with him quickly. He's going to look at you and think that you do that with everybody. So at the end of the day, it is just going to be a quick session. And if he's trying to push up on you like that, and you're looking for something more, you would have to curb him at that point. I'm just saying.
No, it wasn't even like that. So no, it just felt nasty. Like, it's kind of like when a guy sends you a dick pic unsolicited and you're just like, that's how that felt. At Dave & Buster's, I don't remember much conversation we had. We played games. He won some, I won some. What I do remember is that he was kind of like touchy-feely, and not overly touchy-feely in person, but he was like, you know, wrapping his arms around me. And of course, when you're a taller guy and you wrap your arms around me, I just feel so safe and protected. You know what I'm saying? You know, yeah. You know what I'm saying? He definitely did, you know, to kind of slap my booty a little bit, which is, I mean, okay. It was like a little tap tap. It wasn't like no grab and, you know what I mean? So that's okay, I guess. I mean, I felt kind of affectionate at that moment.
And not to mention, he not only picked you up apparently, but he took you to 2 different spots. He took you out for like a brunch, and then he took you out for games after that in his car. So it's like, I mean, but granted, he was pushing up on her, and that just shows that, yeah, he did all of this because he was trying to pretty much get in her pants. That's the vibe I'm getting. I don't like it so far.
Even after the whole thing that happened in the car, that really kind of threw me off. Wasn't like the most spectacular date in the world, but I was still interested in getting to know him a little bit. He still fit, you know, my bill of physical attraction, which does not always matter. Okay. I still got to know him after the date. We were talking on the phone one night. I was going home from work, and he was telling me he needed to tell me something, and I'm like, I don't know what this gonna be. Usually when people say that, it ain't good. It ain't good. Like, anytime somebody says they have to tell you something, you're thinking the worst. We only been dating a week, so you got a secret family back in Nigeria, or what? He tells me that he is nervous to have sex with me, which I was already like, nobody was talking about this with you though, so then who cares? Like, nobody. Like, I did not tell you that I was ready to do that with you. I didn't. You are assuming you took me on one little date to IHOP and Dave & Buster's. You ain't take me to Red Lobster. And even if you did, I still wouldn't. So, I'm sorry. And this is when I realized this dude was a dick. He told me that the last time that he had sex with a big girl, her pussy stank. Yeah.
That went left very quickly. That was very rude, sir. That was actually very rude for you to say. You could have put that in another way. I would have mentioned, you know, maybe, I don't know. But for him to say that he was nervous about it because the last time he slept with a large girl, she smelled bad. You don't say that stuff to the person you're trying to sleep with. You might mention that to like your homies later on or something. But to the actual person that you're trying to push up on, that might be the very thing that gets you turned down. Like, that statement right there, like, she might have actually went for it had you not said that. Oh, that's just, somebody needs to teach these men some game. But it's not gonna be me. It's not gonna be me.
So that's what he was saying to me. He was scared to have intercourse with me because the last time that he fucked the big chick, her pussy stank. And I was immediately offended because how dare you? Like, you just feel like that's okay to say? Hello? If anything, they be juicy. But anyway, whatever. So of course, like, I was just like, are you serious? Like, I always didn't really want you in that way, but now I really don't. And I was just like, sir, you do know that just because she's a big girl, that doesn't mean that's why her vagina stink. She could have a yeast infection. She could just overall have bad hygiene. Maybe your nose is fucked up. Like, there could be so many different reasons. So I was just like, for you to just immediately think that any big girl that you now have sex with will probably have a stinky pussy is crazy to me. Needless to say, we did not talk again. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that you don't have enough, you know, interactions and experience with women to know that. As the conversation progressed, I also learned that he had misled me because he was not actually looking for a girlfriend as he first told me on Hinge. Turns out he's looking for something casual and to have fun. So I went on a date. What you talking about? Little kids putting their mouths on the syrup things and having you smack my booty and Dave & Buster's and subjecting me to your arousal just for you to say, oh, by the way, I was just trying to fuck. Oh, by the way, nah, nigga, nah. So that was it. We never talked again. Ta-da!
There's a few things that we should talk about here. Number one, what are the signs of a guy that's just trying to have sex with you? Well, somebody who's trying to get you alone too quick, maybe in the car, he's trying to have too private of a moment, and if he's getting aroused in the car, And then if he's even mentioning sex, it just sounded like he didn't have a whole lot of respect for you, from the get-go. What should he have said? What shouldn't he have said? Could he have still got it had he said things differently? Because it sounds like that wasn't even the deal breaker for her. The deal breaker was actually the fact that he wasn't looking for a relationship. So he could have at least spun it like that, and then he could have probably got it. But he was trying to friend zone her probably immediately. Maybe because she was big and he was used to dealing with smaller women. Who knows? Don't forget to like and subscribe and tell me what you think.